In a small village in West Africa, nestled between hills and the edge of a thick forest, lived a young couple, Kojo and Abena. They were admired by all for their love, and everyone believed they were destined for happiness. Abena was a kind-hearted woman, known for her wisdom and patience. Kojo, her husband, was a strong and ambitious man, always searching for ways to expand his wealth and prestige. One season, Kojo became restless. Rumors spread of a neighboring village that was rich with gold, and his desire for wealth grew uncontrollable. He came to believe that his fortune would grant him power and respect. One evening, Kojo packed his things and prepared to set out on a journey to his fabled land of gold. Abena pleaded with him, warning of the dangers of leaving his family and their farm. But Kojo brushed her concerns aside, saying, "I am doing this for us, for a better life. Soon we will be among the wealthiest in all the land." With no promise to return soon, Kojo left Abena behind to tend to their home and their small farm alone. Seasons passed, and Abena continued her life in the village, facing many hardships. She planted and harvested crops, fetched water, and took care of the animals. Despite the constant challenges, she remained strong. However, Kojo's absence weighed heavily on her heart. Whenever a traveler passed through, she would ask if they had seen Kojo, but none could give her an answer. In the neighboring village, Kojo's ambition had blinded him. He amassed wealth, but he began to forget about his wife and the life he had left behind. He grew selfish and arrogant, thinking only of himself and his newfound riches. His heart grew cold, and he rarely thought of Abena, who was still working tirelessly to keep their home alive. Then one fateful day, Kojo received terrible news. There had been a drought in his whole land. The crops had failed, the rivers had dried up, and many families were struggling. At last, he thought of Abena. Guilt crept into his heart as he remembered her last words to him. He rushed back to his village, but upon arrival, he found his house in ruins. The farm was abandoned, and no sign of Abena remained. He searched the village, asking after her, but the villagers only shook their heads. "She waited for you as long as she could," another said. But when she could no longer bear the burden alone, she left to find a new life. She is now far away, married to a man who respects her. Kojo's heart sank. The wealth he had gathered meant nothing, and the respect he sought from others now seemed hollow. He had abandoned the one who had been his true fortune. Kojo spent the rest of his days alone, his wealth bringing him neither happiness nor peace. He was a man haunted by regret, forever reminded of the love he had forsaken. The villagers told Kojo's tale for generations, warning that no treasure is worth more than those who love us. And so the people of the village taught their children that in the pursuit of wealth, they must not neglect their families and loved ones, for the cost of such negligence is too great to bear.